to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Back to throw, it's Green. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football. Had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
On the sweet spin, and he's free. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Pressure coming. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on.
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Razorbacks!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. The Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. He'll pull it on the read. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And this option attack can lull you to sleep sometimes. I mean, just so many things they can do off of it, and you just got to play responsibility, and you got to get them on the ground and make tackles. And that was a good job limiting the damage on that play with a nice tackle.
And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Leaves it with the running back. Touchdown, Missouri! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
Man, I love this offense being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punch it in for the touchdown, and more importantly, take the lead.
Why not double the try total and go for 2? Back to throw, it's Cook. It's caught for the 2.
Gotta love the the execution. Not easy to throw down here, but the quarterback made a good read, accurate throw, and they come away with 2 points.
He'll bring it out. It's Hill. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Wants to throw on first down. Looking to scramble. He'll pull it down and run. On the move at the 30. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
When you're trailing in the fourth quarter, it's not just the other team, right? You're fighting against that clock. Nice heads-up play by the QB. He does a great job scrambling, getting the first down, and then stopping that clock.
Going downfield for the big play. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Solid run. Picks up 6 and gets it to the 28.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we could put a few first downs together, we're looking.
Going for the big play. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? Got room on the return. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Let's go. Talk about leaving the door open. Yes, please. You think they might run the clock out, run the football consistently? No, sir. They put it in the air. We forced the interception. Great job by the defense. When they needed it the most, they came through.
Going to try to get it himself. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Defensively, I think you have different strategies for these situations. The clock is your friend, right? You want that thing to tick. You're up in the fourth quarter, but you don't want to sit back and prevent, because you've heard the saying, you really just prevent yourself from winning.
He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
Man, these are killers, right? Late in the game, in the fourth quarter, you get into the quarterback, but he does such a great job scrambling around. When you do this, you get extra first downs. You start to wear those defensive linemen out. So late in the game, this could pay off. Great job getting the first down.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
They pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. If they can get it into the end zone here, they can really turn up the heat in this one. 3rd and goal. Dropping back, it's Green. Buys a little time. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game.
Yeah, and this offense needs a touchdown, and this defense is coming up big. The 2nd sack in a row. Time running down. Now forcing a 4th down.
Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas.
And great job executing. The offense did what they needed to do. You got somewhat of a decision here. Did you want to kick it, tie it up? I think you do with this time frame. 1 to 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. You probably want to do that, but you could push the envelope. You could go for 2 and try to take the lead.
Dances away to buy time. And that one is picked off in the end zone.
What a big play for this defense in a critical moment. You cannot allow them to convert that 2-point play, right? Because if they do, all of a sudden it's a field goal game. Great job stepping up and making something happen at a massive moment.
He'll call for the fair catch here. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. These are the games. These are the moments. This is the opportunity for the finish that people remember in rivalries like this one.
And those highlights that are shown for years and years to come. These big-time moments, Palmer, coming down to the wire, who steps up and makes the big-time play.
And this is why you lift the weights in the offseason. This is why you do all the gassers and all the sprints. For moments like this, game on the line in one of the biggest games of the year.
On target to the left. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
To throw, it's Cook. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
What a momentum-changing play. Just when they needed to get the takeaway, he steps up with a massive interception, now gives his team a chance to regain the lead here in the fourth quarter.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the first down.
And a great job by the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right up the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
All right, that's a good result for the defense. We knew coming into this year they wanted to really improve their pass defense and their secondary and coverage. Nice job there.
He'll pull it down. Open space at the 25. And he scoots out of bounds, picks up the first down, gets the clock stopped, and now they're in business in plus territory.
When you're trailing in the fourth quarter, it's so hard to get drives together because the clock starts to be your enemy. Really heads-up play by the quarterback, getting the first down, get out of bounds, and stop the clock.
Got enough space. Touchdown, Razorbacks. And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
Really good execution by this offense late in the game, under a minute, score to take the lead. It's what you draw up, it's what you dream about, but now my defense has to go on the field and get me one more stop.
The extra point is good, and it's important. The lead is a touchdown now at 6. He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. And they're going to have to fight this defense, and they're also up against it with time, Jesse.
Yeah, no doubt, Reese. And this quarterback now, he's going to have to show off his poise, David. They practice these late-game situations, but how's this guy going to respond?
And I got a little bit of time to work with here, so I watch the defense, and if they're going to drop back and play real conservative like they tend to do late in the game, let's get a few shots over the middle first before we have to take that deep shot.
He's taking the deep shot. He caught it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. Offense takes a timeout. 27 seconds left. And this is almost certainly 4-down territory, down 6, and needing a touchdown in the point after to take the lead. A first down run in the red zone. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Yeah, what a great job by the defense. You got to understand, it's physical time, right? They want to run the football when they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle for the loss.
They lost ground on first down. Now second and goal from the 5. Back to pass. It's Cook. He's got it. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. A touchdown here on third and goal really ratchets up the game pressure. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it in the end zone, and the game is tied. An extra point away from taking the lead.
Man, how about the execution by this offense, taking almost all of the clock, tying this football game, and now get that kicker loose, no pressure at all, go kick that thing through the uprights, and you get the big W.
And they did have to knock through the extra point to move on top, and they have the lead in the fourth. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. They bring him down. A last gasp effort on that return comes up empty, and that's going to do it for this one. When you deal with a rivalry game, you have to live with the outcome for a full year, and this one is going to rest in their minds for the entire season going into next year.
And it's not going to sit well with the losing team. When you lose these, you're going to get hounded, and you're going to get hate. You're going to get social media is going to destroy you about losing to your rival. But you got to put it past you. It is just one game. It's not that big of a deal. Well, Jesse, yeah, it kind of is.
It kind of is a big deal. You're right, David. I mean, a lot of these kids